One of the tallest sculptures in the world is a gigantic spider, standing 30 feet high. It's entitled Maman, the French word for mother. Artist Louise Bourgeoisie was in her 80s when she created it, and other large arachnid sculptures, earning her the nickname of Spider Woman. Although the sculpture looks frightening, it was created as a fond tribute to the artist's mother. Bourgeoisie remembered her as being clever, helpful, and protective, and she was also a professional weaver. Whether you enjoy spiders or not so much, you'll enjoy making these. The materials are very simple, and they're inexpensive too. The legs bend and they pose, so you can make the spider move very realistically. And you can learn the anatomy of an arachnid by making one. Start with some strips of tissue paper. Black if you'd like to create a realistic spider, or colorful or patterned if you'd like to make something a little more whimsical. We're also going to need 4 pieces of aluminum sculpture wire, cut to about 24 inches in length. I like to bend back the ends to make a loop, mostly for safety reasons, but it will also act as a small foot to provide the spider with some balance. In a small bowl, make a mixture of clear acrylic medium with 1 part of water, and stir it up well. The mixture should be about the consistency of cream, thick enough not to drip, yet thin enough to apply easily. Brush it onto a strip of the tissue paper, and then wrap it around the wire. It doesn't have to fit tightly. In fact, if you allow it to fit loosely, it will give the leg a little more dimension, make it thicker. Let's repeat that with another strip. Now each leg will need 2 layers of tissue paper. You don't have to wait until the layer dries before you apply the second one. There we go. And you set it aside to dry on a piece of wax paper. We'll wrap 3 more wires the same way. Now while the legs are drying, let's make the spider's body. You can use newspaper, newsprint, or paper towels. Crumple them and wrap layers. Until you have about the size and shape of a small submarine sandwich. Now, arachnid bodies only have 2 segments. There's a large abdomen and a smaller cephalothorax. A rubber band that's placed off-center will create these 2 segments. If you have a large enough rubber band, you can cross it and wrap it around the abdomen, as I'm doing here, or you could use 2 smaller rubber bands. These should fit tightly, but not so tight that they form another body segment. This will give us something to secure the legs to. Place 2 of the legs into the first rubber band segment and then bend them so that they form a tall M shape, like this. Now, using another strip of tissue, and some more of our medium and water mixture. Wrap the tissue so that it covers the rubber band, goes over the wire legs, and attaches to the newsprint. Should come all the way around the body. Repeat by placing the other two legs into the rubber bands on the abdomen, forming them into an M shape and covering them with tissue, just like I did with the first two legs. The tissue paper should wrap around the entire body so the newsprint is completely covered by at least 2 layers of tissue. Once the spider body is covered, you can use small amounts of tissue and glue palps or fangs on the front. You can also use beads or sequins to create multiple eyes and use yarn or string on the back to create spinnerets. The legs can bend so that you can have them hang out just about anywhere you'd like them. If you'd like to learn more, visit dickblick.com and keyword search Mama Spider. Thanks for hanging out with me today.